Hey YouTube, it's Woofy.
And I'm the Dude, and we roll rocks. Today we have a special guest. Toadman is here with us.
Hello.
And this year we entered the Feather River Lapidary and Mineral Society 2022 Worldwide Tumbling Contest.
They sent us Lahontan agates.
About 3 pounds. We thought they'd be maybe translucent. They said they were going to be agates, but actually they're more jaspery than we thought. So we're going to go through these, take some individual pictures. We're going to have to size some of them. This one was probably a little big for our barrel, for a 3-pound barrel. And we'll get them rolling. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've sized down our rocks, and we're going to split them into 2 3-pound barrels. One of them is an AR1, a Tumbler model AR1, and the other one's going to run on a Tumbler Model T. We'll run the Model T for 7 days, and we'll run the AR1 for 10 days. And the reason being, because they run at different RPMs.
Yeah.
The T runs at 53 RPMs, and the AR1 runs at 37 RPMs.
Yeah.
So that'll give each of them about 500,000 rotations, 530-some thousand rotations per barrel, and we'll pull them out and start a recycle process. So we load our 2 barrels. Put water just about to the top. This is our rough roll. It'll knock off the hard edges. So these will reduce in mass quite a bit.
Did you already measure these?
These are 4 tablespoons.
Of shiny, shiny grit.
Shiny, shiny 60-90 silicon carbide grit. Or 60-80 silicon carbide grit.
I don't know how I can go the wrong way. It's shiny.
Shiny. So we put in our grit. Button up the barrels. Sometimes the bands are a little bit difficult.
Yes, Toadman help. Apparently I can't do things with my fingers today, it's fine. Okay, it's not just me.
No, don't worry.
Okay, I got this
Side
one.
would stay on.
Yay!
There we go. Okay.
The barrels are a little bit hard to seal up. They should be. We don't want them to leak.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good thing.
No.
So we'll get these on the tumblers, get them rolling, and we'll check back in the Model T in about 7 days, and we'll see where we're at. Our competition rocks have been rolling for 7 days now. In this barrel, the other barrel is going to take 10 days because it's a little slower. But we're going to pop these open and see where we're at.
There's a lot of grit on the bottom. Woo! And now I'm wet.
There is quite a bit of syrup in the bottom there.
Yeah, but usually like that, 'cause I don't remember it being like that.
Evidently they've got some softer material that's coming off.
Okay. You see a lot more color.
A little more rounded, a lot more color. Okay, our second barrel of rocks, contest rocks, have been rolling for 9 days. The first barrel was a little bit muddy, so we thought we'd take these out a day earlier. And once again, we rolled these a little longer in this barrel because it rolls a little slower than the other barrel.
Also, it works better with our schedule.
Also, yes, your schedule. The slurry looks just a little bit odd to me.
Yeah, it does. What is that? That's weird.
I'm not real sure, but we're going to rinse them off, see what we have.
It's not as thick as usual either, because usually it's thin.
We may have drowned them a little bit, and there is quite a bit of buildup in the bottom.
That happened with the other one too.
It did. It was very muddy.
There must have been some, it must be softer.
Yeah, usually that indicates that there's a softer material. But I also noticed in the other one that there were a few little chips, and there's some little chips in this one too, which means you have some fragile parts. So maybe these will be a little more difficult to roll. We give them a little better rinse.
Didn't get wet that time. That one's
And that
pretty.
one's got some nice color to it.
It's kind of a reddy color. Oh wow. This one's got some nice swirling.
Okay, so our Lahontan agates have been going for about 3 weeks. We did 1 week of a rough tumble and 2 weeks of recycle. And we don't have them all in here, but we're going to rinse off, see what we have. And that's how they're looking. We're going to go through them, check them out, clean them up a little better, and we'll be back to put them back in.
We're back.
All right, we went through our Lahontan agates, and nothing's ready to move on yet. We actually threw the roughest ones back in the barrel because we want everything to finish up at about the same time. So ones that are going to need more work are put in now. We have a few left in our recycle bucket that we'll be adding as we take things out. So we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of 6090 Forbidden Glitter.
Yes, forbidden glitter, because it's glitter. I'm glad we started these really early too, because they're going to take a while. There's a lot of little chips and stuff coming off.
There were a couple that were fairly close.
Yeah,
So
there was.
we're going to get those back on the tumbler, roll them for another 7 days, and we'll be back with you when we're ready to pass on to the next stage probably. All right, these are our contest rocks, and they've been running for, I believe, 10 or 11 weeks, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I think we started them January 16th or so.
Okay, yeah.
This
It's
is
been a few
April?
months.
Yeah, I think we are done with the rough grind. This last time I just put a few of them back in here, and you can see that I put in some of these media pieces. So we're going to rinse this up and probably move it all on to medium grind. Small ceramic to about that full, about 3/4. We don't want too much air in there. Looks like we got a hair in there. I don't think it'll hurt anything. We'll go ahead and put in some water. And we're going to go with a medium, which is probably 122.20. We're going to go with this Dan and Darcy medium grit. Shouldn't matter too much. We'd go with this anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons. I'm going to go ahead and split the difference. We'll go for 3.
The rough stage is behind us.
It is.
The roughest stage, as someone say.
So we're going to let those roll probably for 10 days on this slower tumbler before we check them again.
does it matter what lid I'm putting on?
That lid is fine.
Okay. Haha.
And we'll get that rolling.
Hey guys, we're back with the contest rocks. They've been they rolled in coarse grit for 11 weeks and have been rolling in the medium for about 12 days, we think.
I
Reason
think
for that,
so.
Yeah, reason for that is the vibratory was busy, tumbling other things.
So they're not going to be perfect, but we think we have a few we can send in. We just need 5 good ones. Let's rinse them off, see how they're doing. We did use a little bit of media here in the medium.
Because they've gotten a lot smaller since we started. Yeah, they've gotten a lot smaller since we started. Because before we couldn't even fit them all in the little bucket.
Yeah, we originally split them into 2 3-pound barrels, and now we're adding media to fill up 1 3-pound barrel, although we ran it pretty full so they don't get banged around too much.
This seriously looks like a piece of concrete.
We'll see if it takes a shine.
That looks like a piece of concrete they put in there.
I think the black material has a good chance of shining up well.
I could see that.
There are some flaws in this. Supposedly you're judged on the quality of your polish and not the quality of the rock. That's a nice looking rock and it doesn't have any flaws on it that I can feel. That might be a contender for a finalist.
Yeah, we'll see how they shine up. I think that's the big part.
So with the rocks rinsed off and still wet, we're going to put them into the vibratory.
Still some of the media. We're going to put more in anyways.
And since they don't nearly fill it, we've got some media here. I need to run it through the strainer first.
What the hell is
We'll
that?
throw some more media on the floor.
Is that what I did? Okay.
There might be some small rocks.
I saw that.
I saw a small rock, and those are okay if you have small rocks from prior batches in the media. We're not going to send that in with the contest, obviously. And we want it just below the top of the center post. That looks good to start with. We'll put in 1 tablespoon of pre-polish and 2 tablespoons of borax and see how it rolls. So we're going to get these rolling, see how they roll. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of aluminum oxide polish, 2 tablespoons of borax.
feeling, dude?
They seem like they're rolling pretty good, and they should, since we have them in a sea of media. This should help them from banging together too much. I added just a little bit of extra water to make up for the dry components we put in. We're going to roll them for a couple hours, and we'll come down and check it out, see if we need to adjust our water balance at all. We'll try to roll these for 2 to 3 days and pre-polish. Okay, we think our Lahontan agates are finished. We ran the medium course in a rotary tumbler. We put it in here for the pre-polish with 1 tablespoon of pre-polish, 2 tablespoons of borax, and then for the polish we went with a teaspoon of polish and 3 tablespoons of borax. We ran 3 days in each of those cycles. It's got this neat little bubble tornado on top. We've been running with soap and water for about an hour. So we're going to run these through a strainer, get them rinsed off, separate them from the media. Then we're going to run the rocks themselves through an extra cleaning process, which we aren't ready to reveal at this time. We'll reveal it after the contest is over. It helps get the polish out of the cracks of the rocks. We'll be back in just a little bit.
So they're all done polishing.
They're out of the super secret cleaning process, which we'll reveal later. We've only been polishing for less than a year, and I think that's our one edge, is that we know how to clean them at the end.
Yeah, because a lot of times grit and stuff polish gets stuck. The polish gets stuck in the cracks, we've noticed.
Yeah, and I really don't brush my rocks. I don't get in there with a toothbrush and remove grit from the cracks. I let a machine do it.
Yeah.
So my initial impression is they're very, very shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I do see some flaws in some of them.
Yeah, so do I.
And when we're going to start eliminating them by flaws. We don't really want to smear them up with our fingerprints, so we're not touching them much at this point. I didn't buy any gloves. I got a little cloth that I'll use to kind of manipulate them. Initially, I like this big one right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's got good size.
I like that one.
This one has a nice shape, a nice pattern.
That's the one that had the druzy pot. Now they're not looking for a rock that is just pretty. They're looking for the polish, I guess. I don't know what that entails.
I would say, but I think a pretty rock helps.
Yeah.
I think we want to send in a variety. We don't want to send in 5 black ones, for instance.
Okay.
This one is a nice red
Pink.
color. I kind of like this light one, but I think it has a flaw on the back side. We'll get looking at that a little closer. So we're going to go through these and take out the ones we don't like and see if we can end up with 5 that are contest worthy. Okay, so we've sorted through our contest rocks. We'll show you the ones we rejected first. And these, just because they're too small to really send in.
Ironically, there's 5 of them.
5 little pebbles isn't going to win, is it? I wanted some variety, and we have a couple. These are the most varied ones we have. Unfortunately, that has a few cracks in the side. And we didn't get any perfect rocks.
No. Yeah.
We really didn't. And I'm hoping with what I've seen from everyone else that they didn't get any perfect rocks either. So we'll have a fighting chance. Which this looked really good on that side. It looked fabulous. And then you got over this side and it's got a little flaw right down here on the end that really took it out of the running.
Mm-hmm. Along with a few others over there, but then all the black ones, that what you're trying to show?
Yeah.
And then we put all the black ones, and we kind of just went through them and be like, is this one better than this one? And which ones are the best?
Yeah.
These ones,
They're not totally bad. You know, some of these, they have a really nice side to them. And then they just get a little flaw somewhere. That's a different material. It didn't shine up as well. And it had some little fractures running through it.
that one was one of the top, like 6.
Yeah, it was in the running.
Then there's ones that had a lot of pitting.
This one just has some really bad pitting through there. Yeah, that one's very pitty.
This one was like, yeah, no, this one's not going. That was an instant no.
Bring that back in. That whole side is just full of flaws.
Uh-huh.
But the black part was very smooth and shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one's kind of brown.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. It had a very big flaw here on the end.
It's hard to see because it's black.
Yeah, I think you can see that there's a definite pit there.
Yeah.
So this one I really like the shape of. It's a well-formed rock. A little bit of flaw along that corner. Same with that. That's a very nice shape. Bad flaw right there. That
I'm
side
showing
looks
every
nice.
single one.
Quite a few of them, yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, we have some flaws there.
Yeah, that big piece that looks like it could come off.
Big spall, yeah.
Same with this one.
We had one concrete-looking rock,
I kept calling it a piece of concrete.
and it's apt for it.
It looks like just concrete.
It's very pitted on the surface of it. But we got a shine for what it was. We got a pretty good shine on it. This is probably the biggest rock we had.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Pretty looking rock.
We thought
Got
maybe,
a
but
little bit of a major flaw.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a major flaw.
it's got a
there.
major flaw right there. I think that's why we said no. This is one of the bigger ones. It's the biggest one, actually.
It's the biggest. It's got a little spall on that side. But from that side, it's a real nice looking rock.
This is the one that had the Jersey pot in it, right up here.
Yeah.
Right. On this
Yeah, the druzy pocket, unfortunately, it was on the point of it, so we knew it wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
And you'll see little pits in it, and those are little druzy pockets. We just thought it had too many pits in it to send along.
Yep. And I'm keeping it for myself.
Sounds good. That one's got some nice variety in it. Let's see, what else do we want to show?
Oh no, this one has a huge gash in it. Where's that one that had the huge crack? Oh, is it this one? Oh yeah, okay. This one, we're like, wow, it has a big crack in it, but it's very clean.
It is very clean. Just a little too big of a flaw for our taste. I like the variation in that one.
Oh, it's nice. It looks like a face.
Well, from that angle,
It looks like a face.
like a snout.
Yeah, it's got a little nose and then 2 eyes.
Okay.
The dudette like that one.
They're not the prettiest rocks, and they are not without flaws at all.
No. That looks like a desert landscape.
And we'll put these in our collection. We'll enjoy them. But they're not going in for the judging.
No, this looks like a piece of chocolate, like caramely chocolatiness. I also just might be hungry. That's mine. Don't take that.
And here's the rest of the rejected rocks. Just kind of a lot of earth tones, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, they look better polished than unpolished.
I think for what they were, we got a very nice shine on them.
Yes.
I think everybody's going to have some flaws, and I think the judges will take that into consideration, that that's what this rock is going to do.
We're going to show the 5 that we're putting in.
Yeah, let's show the 5 that we're going to send along. We decided that these were the best of the best.
Shine, flaw-wise,
Yeah,
shape.
none of them are perfect. This one was the last one to make it. Wolfie really didn't like it. It ended up replacing this one. I wanted this one in there for variety, but we decided that this one had less flaws than the red one.
Also, the red one doesn't seem as shiny. Different material, so it doesn't seem as shiny, I guess. I don't know.
Okay,
That was my thought.
so I don't know if that's a contest winner. I think it's kind of audacious of us to think that in the first year of polishing we're going to win the contest. But
Yeah.
from other people I've seen on the web that are polishing these rocks, they're having troubles too. So maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we'll place.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't think we're terrible.
I don't think so. I think we're going to package these up and send them in. So that's all we have for you today. So until next time, be happy, be kind, and make your home a safe place. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.